How are you, Mark?
Larry, I heard you on the way in.
I hope so.
And,
I was hoping
you were doubting.
I was hoping that you were coming in because I need to fill these segments here. And Christine and I are just trying to fill it in and stretch things through because there really hasn't been much to talk about when it's like the traffic and everything. The weather's been the same every day. And
you were doubting Larry, doubting Thomas, doubting Larry. You were doubting my... Yeah. I heard you were here all week, and I'm like, I would come back from the moon to be live in studio with you, my man.
I didn't know you've been traveling to the moon. Is that...
Mars.
Yeah. Maybe the moon for your New Year's resolution.
Or maybe one of the satellites. I would come back, though, to do it live in person with you. Although there's technology that allows me to do it from anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a good delay from Mars. I'd still be waiting for your transmission, I think, at this point. But
buddy, we're turning the page on 24.
I can't believe, that
Can you? Have you written it down yet?
The year. I haven't written 2024.
Goals
as of yet. Goals, I don't have those really, but I think this year I'd like to unplug from a lot of, and I hate to say this, Christine, but the media. I'd just like to unplug from it. I think you know which part of the media.
Which?
The political atmosphere. It's I think the word is probably going to be, it's going to be a nasty year. And we're going to be dealing with it from probably a good bit of from March right through into November. I mean, it's just, and hopefully it won't be, but
could be exciting. It could be really exciting.
Let's say it'll be a very interesting and exciting political season. The climate out there is almost as good as the weather.
So it's so avoid the news, avoid the sound bites, avoid the one tunnel message. And enjoy, right? Enjoy the ride. Let's have some fun.
I want to go on some trips that I didn't get to do this year. Maybe down to Florida.
Well, go off grid.
Maybe out to Texas.
Go off grid.
I'd like to see the Grand Canyon. Some of those state parks are off grid, aren't they?
They can be.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon.
So it's a choice to go off grid, right? So you leave the phone, you unping yourself from society.
The phone will come up and say no service provided, and the service area is not there, and nobody will be able to get me. I have done it before. My cousin's camp in Vermont was notoriously off grid completely.
How did it feel?
You may get a ping that would say your phone would say was connected to Bell. I thought it was back in time, Bell Telephone Company, which is out of Canada. But as the years progressed, and they had put some connections in up there. But if you stand in front of that satellite dish, you'd get nothing. You get some TV stations, but to be able to sit on next to a lake, or to go out on the kayak that lake, and basically not remember that you didn't bring the phone with you was really nice.
So I wonder how many days it takes to kind of detox from the phone and then actually enjoy the piece without the technology.
The first time that I did that, I knew where I could get signal, and I could get it, sadly, at the dock on the pond. And I had to answer emails, work emails, and I would answer them, and then the phone would back into the car.
So that's one of my predictions for phrases of the year for 2024. More in 24 is the slogan, off grid, where people actually are given the peace and grace to not have to answer those emails, to have that team support where their out of office says, I am off grid, i.e. I am unreachable.
Yeah.
So I know I have a team around me that can solve any situation. Therefore, give me this peace and grace to go off grid. And I think that's going to be a really interesting concept going forward with all of the solar and all of the things that are happening. It gives people the ability to actually check out, right?
Well, that's unplug. What my cousin's summer place in Vermont is. It's so far off the beaten path that it was going to cost too much to bring electricity in. So there's solar panels up there so that you have the basics like being able to wash clothes and get some TV or radio when you want it, and have a light when you don't have to burn kerosene.
So Airbnb has an option like exotic places and exotic types of experiences that you can scroll to, and I think off grid is one of them.